And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and PACE, the Professional Association for Customer Engagement. And we're having a chance to hear some great talks about technology. Just heard Summe talk, the CEO of LiveVox, the founder of the company, one of the founders of the company as well. Louis, great talk you gave to the audience today. A lot of new technology that your company is bringing to the industry.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What are some of the key points as contact centers are emerging? We've been working with contact centers from the time they were in storefronts. Now they're so sophisticated, connected, cloud-based in many cases. What are some of the key technologies that contact centers and their clients really want to utilize?
Well, I think cloud technology is a key enabler, and because it's usually a little lower down, meaning it's kind of the platform on top of which a lot of the contact center technology works. So if a contact center is thinking about adopting social media or even adopting AI or machine learning, being on a cloud platform is a real advantage because it makes the access to their data easier and enables them to go faster in their innovation.
Very good. Artificial intelligence, a big topic at this PACE conference. What are some of the ways that contact centers and the client brands that they support can use artificial intelligence to improve service?
Well, I think artificial intelligence can help look at data sets that currently aren't being reviewed. So if you can establish a linkage between data sets which currently are not linked, artificial intelligence can provide insights that someone hasn't thought about because it's going to look at the data in a more comprehensive fashion than currently is possible.
Very good. You mentioned social media. More and more customers are communicating with their providers through social media platforms, non-traditional communication. What are some of the keys to being able to accept messages from social media from a brand's customers?
Well, I think that goes back to getting a good centralized data model that links across all of your channels, and social media should be one of your channels. And so establishing the right data linkages across all of your channels allows you to keep a centralized data repository. And with a centralized data repository, you can ensure that you're keeping track of consent, because consent and preference management are that's really the first base of all of your communication strategies, because preference is what the consumer desires and consent is what you have to deliver to stay clear of consumer protection regulations.
Very good. You mentioned machine learning, part of Internet of Things, another key area of technology being brought to contact centers and client brands and verticals. What are some of the aspects of machine learning that can be utilized to improve customer service?
Well, I think that machine learning is well equipped to advance self-service. And I think self-service is a powerful benefit to the consumer if it's well integrated. Because it all goes back again to the notion of preference. Consumers do want self-service at certain times, and then they want to speak to an agent at certain times, and they want to be in the channel that's most convenient to them, and they want the self-service available on that channel. So getting all that tightly integrated, getting the self-service integrated into each channel, and then getting those channels and that self-service integrated well into the agent so that when the self-service experience isn't what the consumer is looking for and they want to get to the agent is there and has the information on the consumer. Those are some of the keys.
That's terrific. Tell us a little bit about LiveVox and a company you founded. Tell us a little bit about some of your resources and services.
Great. Yeah, LiveVox is a cloud-based contact center provider. And we focus on building consumer preference and consumer consent into all of the contact center workflows and making sure that your campaigns, your agent experience, your agent workflows, and your self-service workflows all have a clear notion of what the customer's preference is, and that customer preference is carried across each of those channels as the consumer goes through their journey.
I always like to ask executives we talk to about their career path, how it started, some of the stops along the way to being a founder of a major contact center company.
Well, I mean, I have been first started off with EDS, which is now part of Hewlett Packard Network Systems. Then got excited about the possibilities of the internet, and went into a company called Physicians Online, which was sort of an AOL for doctors, which ultimately ended up being part of WebMD. But those experiences were formative. The technology, as well as the internet experience, really inspired me to think about how the internet was evolving into this cloud platform, and how that could be turned into technology that could help businesses operate more efficiently.
Well, it's great to hear about LiveVox and your insight into applying new technology to the contact center industry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. This is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and PACE, the Professional Association for Customer Engagement, at their annual conference in Atlanta, Georgia.